Okay, I'm going to try and put on video a little bit more explanation on the slalom exercise, the Hooperlevels. There are several diagrams on there. I've been putting some videos of my training on there. Let me go through, and I think what is causing a little bit of confusion is the verbal cues. Now, I use the word slalom as a whole word for my previous dog, Wiki, and when I used slalom, what that meant for him was that there was a hoop he had to take, and it didn't matter which direction it was. So if he had to take if I said slalom, he went that way, and then that way, and then that way. So I went slalom, slalom, and that way. And I could be standing sort of like maybe at one edge. So what I've done with Moochie as a slightly different way of doing it, I have divided the two slalom words into separate meanings and to try and indicate a specific turn. So your slalom keys should mean that you don't go straight forward, no straight forward, you're not going to the right and you're not going to the left into the right, on a corner. You are taking a half a turn. So that means slow would mean slow would mean you're turning, you've got to take a half a turn. And my other half to the slalom word now is come. You might spell it K-O-M rather than come. And that means he turns to his left. So Moochie goes left. So how do I start this process? 2 hoops. I'm standing here. I'm turning with my dog. So that means I do not need to wave my arms around. So to get this half a turn to the right, that is my sla command. So I go Moochie, sla, and he turns, half turn, and to his right. That's his sla cue. I am standing between the 2 hoops right now. Then, if they're pushed a little bit further apart, I will practice standing closer to one hoop and sending him wide to that one, or standing at the last hoop and starting wide. Right. So now he's going left. So we go to the other hoop and we go back the way we come. Again, I'm in the middle here. No arm signals, just making sure you keep your knees together and turn with your dog. So turn your shoulders, turn your hips, turn your feet. Here's my cum. Cum means half turn to the left. Boom. I'm done. Okay? So I can practice those 2 commands as a separate meaning exercise. And you may find that when you're doing this, avoid confusion with your dog and practice doing the sla 2 or 3 times, take a break, train something else. Come back, do the cum or cum, whatever you pronounce it, to do the left-handed turn, do that a few times, reward it, and then go on to something else or finish the exercise. Now you are looking at 3 to see if you can test or put the 2 things together. So here we go. Where am I standing? Well, to be honest, I should be able to stand almost anywhere, but I would prefer to stand, to start off with, maybe here, just after the dog has finished the right turn, the sla, so that I can step forward as they would go past me and say come, and then spin him out that way. So if your dog already understands your body movements to turn away from you, okay, another exercise, the VEC, then you're okay. You've got to be careful you are not stepping into the path of your dog. So here's the sla. Sla. That's half a turn. Now I say to him as he's going through that hoop, and I'm standing here, come, and he turns left and takes that hoop. Voila, slakum. Now, brain teaser, you now have to think to yourself, when I want my dog to do a left-hand turn first, I've got to say it in the opposite way. I've got to say, come, sla, okay? Turn to the left. Okay, come. Can you get under the hoop, please, dog? Come. Under the hoop. And sla. Done. One more thing. Some of you might be going, well, should I say left and right or in and out or something? I'll tell you my reasons why I didn't choose those words. I use them for other things. In, I use that on Moochie to call him towards me. Out, I tell my dog to work away from me, really big gaps. So I don't like using those. I also think that they can come out quite harshly. Why do we need to sound harsh with our commands when we're not actually sort of like we're trying to steer our dogs and guide our dogs and work with our dogs, not just tell them where they're going? Okay, so we could, need to think about more asking your dog, as it were, to learn these things properly. So that is why I avoid saying in, out. Who wants to put on the okey pokey afterwards to do that? One thing I did suggest at the workshop that I was doing the other day was you could double up your commands. So if you go left and right, okay, left and right should mean left and right. But for instance, this, and I know this from agility days, some people used to go left, left, right, right, to double up on their cue to indicate to the dog they've got to do more than just a quarter of a turn. Can you see what I mean? So they would go left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. Now, if you've got a quick dog, to be honest, using double-barreled words or two-syllable things, you're gonna struggle. You could struggle, but you're starting this off 2 or 3 meters apart, and only then really should you, when you can stand at one end like this and go sla cum or cum sla, then don't think about putting on an extra hoop or making them spread out. You're teaching your dog to change legs. You're teaching your dog to take balance, to change its balance smoothly, so that it will go through the poles, the hoops nicely. You do not have to ask your dog to slice them like some cult of agility thing. Unfortunately, Wiki does, but Moochie seems to be at the moment taking enough of a turn to actually sort of like go through the hoops quite clearly. So hopefully that explains the slalom a little bit more.